You've handled thousands of pennies in your life, probably without a second thought. But here's something that might keep you up tonight. Right now in a forgotten coffee can, an old piggy bank, or even the pocket of a jacket you haven't worn in years. There could be a single coin worth more than a new car, more than a mortgage payment, more than most people save in a decade. We're not talking about rare, shiny museum piece coins, the kind most people assume are worthless. Collectors, however, see them very differently, behind closed auction doors. Some of these ordinary pennies have sparked bidding wars so intense that experienced buyers forget to breathe. This isn't fiction. It's happening right now. And every single day, hidden fortunes disappear back into circulation because someone didn't know what to look for. Let's change that. Here are 3 wheat pennies you need to check immediately before it's too late. The 1944 wheat penny no mint mark, the wartime survivor. At first glance, the 1944 wheat penny looks like any other old coin. It's brown. It's worn. Maybe it's even scratched or stained. Most people would toss it back into a jar without blinking. Here's why. The year 1944 was not normal. America was deep inside World War II. Factories were churning out tanks, planes, and ammunition. Every ounce of copper was needed for the war effort. In fact, the famous 1943 steel penny was born from that shortage. But by 1944, the U.S. Mint made a remarkable shift. They began using recycled copper shell casings from spent battlefield ammunition. Some 1944. Wheat pennies were literally melted down from the remnants of war. When you hold one, you're holding a tiny survivor of one of the most intense periods in American history. What to look for on the 1944 penny? No mint mark, that's critical. If there's no small letter under the date, it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Original surface, never clean it. A dark, chocolate brown, or even slightly dirty surface is a good sign. It proves the coin hasn't been tampered with. Lincoln portrait on the front, worn but still visible. The word liberty to the left, in God we trust above Lincoln's head. Wheat reverse. 2. Wheat stalks framing 1 cent. And the United States of America. Most people assume a shiny penny is more valuable. That's a dangerous mistake. Cleaning a wheat penny can destroy 90% of its collector value in seconds. The patina, the aging, the honest wear, that's what serious buyers pay for. How much are we talking? In the right condition, original, uncleaned, with strong details. 1944, no mint mark wheat. Penny has been known to approach. eBay Loescher, ling 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 at auction. Let that sink in. Penny, for the price of a house in some parts of the country. And the scariest part, people still spend these by accident every single week. They don't know to check the date. They don't know to protect the surface. And a life-changing fortune slips through their fingers. The 1958 D wheat penny, the end of an era. If the 1944 penny is a wartime survivor, the 1958D is something else entirely, a final chapter. Most people don't realize this, but 1958 was the last year the iconic wheat reverse design was ever produced. In 1959, the Lincoln Memorial reverse replaced it forever. That means every 1958, wheat penny carries the weight of an ending. Collectors become obsessed with final year coins because they represent the closing page of a long American story. The year itself was a turning point. America was booming. Suburbs, cars, televisions, Cold War anxiety. The Denver Mint, that's what the D stands for, was running at full capacity, cranking out pennies by the hundreds of millions. Most were spent without a thought, dropped in vending machines, lost under car seats, tossed into drawers and forgotten. That carelessness is exactly why surviving examples are now so desirable. What makes the 1958 D special? The D mint mark looked directly under the date. That tiny letter changes everything. Fine condition with original wear. You don't need a perfect coin. You need an honest coin. Light wear that still leaves Lincoln's features clear. And the wheat stalks defined. Natural toning, deep brown, chocolate, sometimes even hints of original reddish color. No scrubbing, no polishing. The reverse is the same wheat design that carried America through the Depression, World War II, and the post-war boom. Holding a 1958 D. Feels like holding the last breath of that era. The numbers that matter. A strong original 1958D. Wheat penny in demand condition has surprised collectors by reaching $90,000 or more at auction. Not because it's perfect, Because it's real. It's untouched. It survived. And here's a secret that most casual collectors miss. Many of the best examples are found in old rolls, estate sale lots, and inherited jars, not in fancy coin shops. Someone's grandfather threw them in a coffee can decades ago. And now they're worth a year's salary. But only if you know not to spend them. Only if you know not to clean them up. The 1956 D wheat penny, ugly on the outside, treasure on the inside. Now we get to the coin that confuses almost everyone. The 1956 D wheat penny is often dark, sometimes nearly black. It might have spots, stains, or uneven toning. To the average person, it looks damaged, ruined, like something you'd throw away. That mistake has cost people fortunes, because serious collectors have learned that original, untouched surfaces, even with black spots or deep aging, are more valuable than overcleaned. Artificially shiny examples. Why? Because you can't fake decades of honest aging. Once a coin is polished or dipped in chemical cleaner, its story is erased forever. The 1956 D's hidden appeal. Deep, dark surfaces, brown, chocolate, even near black. That's not damage. That's character. Black spots. These often form naturally from oxidation and storage. They tell a survival story. Collectors have learned to love them. The Denver mint mark. Again, that small D under the date is your key. Solid, heavy feel, unlike modern zinc pennies. This is real copper with tin and zinc. It weighs about 3.11 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters. You can feel the difference in your hand. The front shows Lincoln facing, right? With "In God We Trust" above and "Liberty" to the left. The reverse is that beloved wheat design. But what really excites collectors is originality. A D that still looks like it survived 60 plus years of circulation without being messed with can become the centerpiece of an advanced collection. What's it worth? In the right market with strong original surfaces and honest wear. Examples of the 1956 D wheat penny have reached eBay Archer, Ling 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 at auction. That's the ugly coin. The dark one. The one your first instinct told you to throw away. This is why patience and knowledge matter so much in coin collecting. What looks like damage to an untrained eye looks like authenticity to a collector. The one rule that makes or breaks your fortune. If you take nothing else away from this, remember this single rule. Never clean a wheat penny. Not with polish. Not with baking soda. Not with a cloth. Not with anything. Cleaning leaves microscopic scratches. It strips away natural toning. It destroys the very evidence that collectors pay for. A cleaned coin is often worth less than half of an uncleaned one, even if the cleaned one looks better to a beginner. If your wheat penny is dark, dirty, or spotted, leave it exactly as it is. Store it carefully. Don't rub the surface. And if you think you have a strong candidate, consider professional grading services like PCGs or NGC. A certified slobbed coin gives buyers confidence drives prices up. Why this is happening right now? You might be wondering, if these coins have been around for decades, why are prices suddenly climbing? 3 reasons. First, shrinking supply. Every year, more original wheat pennies disappear into permanent private collections. Others are damaged by cleaning, moisture, or neglect. The pool of desirable coins gets smaller. Second, growing demand. Younger collectors are entering the hobby in record numbers, and many are drawn to wheat pennies. They're affordable to start with, historically fascinating, and still possible to find in the wild. That combination creates pressure. Third, emotional connection. People are tired of digital, soulless assets. They want to hold history. A 1944 penny made from recycled ammunition. A 1958D from the final year of an iconic design. A dark, spotty 1956D that looks exactly like the pennies their grandparents used. That emotional weight cannot be reproduced. So while most people ignore old pennies, a quiet gold rush is happening. And the winners are the ones who knew what to look for. What you need to do tonight. Don't wait. Don't assume your old jars are worthless. Go find every wheat penny in your house. Check pockets, drawers, piggy banks, old purses, toolboxes, and that junk drawer everyone has. Look at the dates. Pay special attention to 1944 no mint mark. And 1956, but don't ignore other years' rarities. exist across the entire wheat series. Never clean anything. If a coin is dirty, leave it dirty. That's a feature, not a bug. Research before you sell. Get a second opinion. Consider professional grading. One grade difference can mean thousands of dollars. Spread the word. Someone you know might have a fortune sitting in a coffee can and not realize it. Share this information. The next penny you ignore could be the one that changes your life. Don't let it slip away. Final thought. There's a reason collectors get quiet. When a truly original wheat penny appears at auction, they know what most people don't. Hidden wealth doesn't always look like wealth. Sometimes it looks like a dirty old coin that's been sitting in the dark for 60 years. Check your change tonight. Not because it's likely, but because it's possible. And in a world where true hidden opportunities are vanishing every day, possibility is all you need. That fortune might be closer than you think.